A recent Reddit post by user Kyle Lever pointed out that the writing we saw in the Legend ZA trailer is the exact same writing seen on a sign within Levincia City in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I have linked the post in the description, so let's talk about it. With Legend ZA and Scarlet and Violet being connected, this reveals quite a bit for what we could see within the Pokedex. The largest question right now is what starters will we see? If Legends ZA follows Legends Arceus, which is very likely considering they are both Legends games, then we will see a pre-existing starter get a new regional form, and with Megas coming back, I also believe we will see a new Mega for each of the final evolutions. Now in a previous video I talked about how Mega Charizard Z is likely, so if we were to see a starter from Paldea, then it would most likely be Sprigatito or Quaxly. Now I don't know which one looks more French to you, but I think both could be viable options for one of the starters. Meowscarada could have a really cool Grass Fairy or Grass Steel typing, trying to fit with either the beauty of Kalos or the reconstruction of Lumiose City. Quaquaval is already water fighting, but two cool typings for a regional form could be Water Flying or Water Steel. Looking to the rest of the Pokedex and what Pokemon are returning, I expect to see many of the same Pokemon from Paldea's regional dex in the regional dex for Legend ZA, just with more Pokemon from the Kalos region. What Pokemon are you excited to see return? How does the connection between Paldea and Kalos affect the lore of the game? I don't have a background in history, so I don't know if Spain assisted with any of the Paris reconstruction that Legend ZA is based on, but I don't think we will see much of Paldea other than small references like we have seen in previous games for other regions, such as NPCs talking about far-off lands, books having passages of other regions, and Pokedex entries referencing different regions. We did see with the Indigo Disc DLC from Scarlet and Violet that Unova and Paldea are tightly coupled, so we could also see a lot of references to Unova as well. But since Legend ZA takes place entirely within Lumiose City, we won't be able to travel to any other cities or regions. We could see some of the architecture for buildings be influenced from other regions, but who knows if Legend ZA is going to be a city building simulator. Will we see any of the same game mechanics or gameplay loops? The fully 3D world and freeform camera are here to stay, there is no question about that. With the introduction of the synchronization in the Indigo Disc DLC, I believe we will see something similar to that within Legend ZA, where we can take control of Pokemon to assist with the building and renovating of Lumiose City. Scarlet and Violet did not have much content within each city other than gym battles, so a game taking place entirely within one city will make for quite the change of pace, but we cannot say if this is for better or for worse at the moment. We will see the continuation of being able to ride partner Pokemon to traverse the world in many different capacities, but unless we get a Pokemon early on that can fly, climb, and run quickly, we will see a return to the way traversal Pokemon worked in Legends Arceus with multiple Pokemon instead of how Miraidon and Koraidon were the jack of all trades in Scarlet and Violet. If you have made it this far in the video, what is your favorite Hisuian Pokemon? I do want to mention that the same writing has been seen in the Galar region as well. There are two trains of thought that come from this. The copium reasoning is that Galar, Paldea, and Kalos are all close in proximity since their real-world counterparts, the United Kingdom, Spain, and France respectively, are near one another. Being close to each other means that there will be some mixing of cultures, which would allow for the writing and languages to be similar or easy to translate between regions. People would also be able to easily travel between each region, allowing for business to spread, such as architecture or construction companies, which goes in line with the urban redevelopment plan that we are seeing in Legend ZA. The less fun and more likely scenario is that the writing is the lorem ipsum of the Pokemon world, thanks Reddit for the comparison, and the same assets are used between games with small modifications. Many people have tried to decipher this style of writing, but it almost always comes out as gibberish, so it does not seem like there is a direct way to translate the writing. Also, with the quality of the main series games, I don't think anyone would be surprised if assets were reused, but that thought is not nearly as fun as the copium reasoning, so I choose to ignore it. What do you think of the writing and the connection between the two games? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.